Hi, it's Paul Slackis, Good News Broadcast, speaking of Florence Cohen. Hi, Florence, how are you?
Okay, Paul, how are you?
I'm good. Florence is a good friend, and she's working with an organization. I believe you're doing some artwork, in fact.
Yes.
Women in the Arts Foundation, which has a show here in New York City on 96th Street and Broadway from right now through January 2nd. Is that right?
That's right.
All righty. Tell us about the organization and then how you got involved. And, oh boy, you have a website too, right?
Yes, we do. It's WIAF.org, and
Okay.
it shows work from about 50 members. This organization goes back to 1971.
Wow.
And it was formed because women were discriminated in getting their artworks shown into museums, and we've made a lot of progress since then.
Okay, it says here, works to overcome your organization, Women in Arts Foundation, discrimination against women artists. Really? Now, why do you, we do many stories on the subject of women, and my mother's was, I would say, was a women's liberator of sorts, and like women just got to vote a couple of weeks ago, and it's just a very silly thing by far. Why there wasn't equality, but I didn't know there wasn't equality as well in the art gallery. Why was a woman's artwork not thought of as financially worth as much?
I don't know that it wasn't worth as much, but the curators were mostly men, and they chose other men. Men were always considered to be the breadwinners, and they needed money to stay alive. So their work was looked at more seriously. Not that it was better, but this went on from time immemorial. If you go to museums to see the old masters, you'll see very few women, and they weren't allowed to go into the art academies to study. There were several women in the 18th century who fought for this also, to get women to be allowed to go into the art academies.
You got a very good point here. Now I'm thinking about that. They didn't discriminate against having a woman as the model.
Right.
Like 50% of all artwork has women as the model.
That's true.
I think. Well, so now I'm looking at the website, and I'm looking here at your artwork, which is on the website, Florence Cohen, and I'm looking at you have quite a Moonlight Sonata. Oh, is that named after the song?
Yes.
Okay.
I just thought it reminded me of that. You know, it has the moon, and it's got pianos, and there are a lot of sonatas for pianos. So I just put the two together.
I like what you have to say. In order for my life to feel complete, I must be involved in creating work of art, whether a painting, a collage, where realistic or abstract or performing. Color is the primary element in all my work. Yeah, this is cool stuff, Florence. I didn't know you had this. I know you can act because we together go to the Actors Temple, and you're on the stage, and you do this shtick and that shtick, and but I didn't know you were an accomplished artist as well. Swinging Ladies. All right, who are they? Are those friends of yours?
No, I think they were actually ballet dancers.
Uh-huh.
I took their faces from one of the ballet company's brochures. And I really didn't know exactly what it was going to be when I started out, but I had this piece of wood, and I decided to have them sit on it, which made it a swing. And in fact, I'm looking right at it now. It's on my wall.
So this is a piece of, are you telling me that this, I'm looking, everybody, at the website, of which we'll link over to, but are you saying that this image that I'm looking at is a piece of wood that you painted on, or no? Am I got that wrong?
No. In back of the women's heads is a piece of wood, and then, like you can see on the right, under the, part of this is made in fabric. So the skirts are fabric, and the green skirt you could see on the right is a piece of wood, and she's sitting on it. And then there's a green line, which is the chain from the swing up to the fan-like shape in back of the head.
Aha! This is gorgeous. You are really talented. When I look at this one, Through the Leaves, where are these leaves? Are they in Brooklyn?
They're in Manhattan in my apartment.
Okay.
Those two are photographs.
I thought a leaf grew in Brooklyn. Okay. No, that was a tree. Do you know the tree that grew in Brooklyn? Do you know what kind of tree it was?
No.
And it
Do
is?
you?
I do.
What kind?
It's the Atlantis.
Atlantis.
The Atlantis tree. And I had one in my backyard in Manhattan. Okay. And in essence, my next door neighbor had mine in my backyard got old and it did pass away. But the one, I have pieces of it in my backyard still. But it is actually a weed, but it becomes a very beautiful tree. It's a magnificent tree. But the tree that grew in Brooklyn, it was the Atlantis, and it is a very sturdy tree. And in Chinese, it's a glorified. The Chinese glorified that tree.
Oh.
But it's a beautiful thing. And then Brooklyn has beautiful trees in our studios in Brooklyn. So this is in your house. And what kind of plant is that?
It's a tree.
Oh, literally, you have a tree in your house?
Yes. Yes, in a plant.
This woman doesn't fool around, this Florence.
And I don't know, somehow it came out purple in back of the tree, which is very strange because I don't have any purple here. So it must have been a reflection of light.
Well, you are really talented. Look at this. Well, congrats. Do you sell these pieces of art?
I try. That's what the art show is for. And
good.
One of those pieces is in the show. It's called Elegy. Do you see it there?
I see Elegy.
Yeah.
Elegy seems to me like it would go with a lot of different decor in many different rooms, because in essence it's sort of a little bit nondescript in my little view of what it is. But is it more descript than I see here? It looks just more like color, random gorgeous colors.
Right, that's what it is.
Okay.
And that's hanging in the show now.
All right. Florence, thank you so much for sharing. And, well, what are the hours during the day to get over there?
Well, it's only on the weekends.
Okay.
From 12 to 6 on Saturday and Sunday, Christmas weekend, and New Year's weekend.
Okay, great.
And tonight there's about 20 minutes left to get there. On Wednesday nights from 6 to 8.
Okay.
So we'll be open next Wednesday, and I guess that's it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Let me ask you one last question, Florence.
Yeah.
What's good news for you? What's your good news?
My good news is that I'm in the show.
Fantastic. You're a very kind person, very nice person. So thank you very much for sharing good news with us, and I look forward to seeing your artwork at the show and seeing you as well. Take care.
Thank you, Paul.
Florence, bye-bye.
Bye.